So here we have my new old car. This is a 1989 Mercury Grand Marquis. I just upgraded the lights to these LED clusters, which have kind of divided the crowd a little bit on whether we like them or not. I think they look cool, but I still have the old ones. I may put them back in, we'll see. Turbine wheels with the white walls. I added these Canadian decals to it. This, I didn't know this when I bought it, but it has what's called an Insta-Clear windshield. Between these two yellow lines is a thin membrane of, I don't know what it is, but some sort of metal membrane, which heats up and melts away all the ice. I don't know if it works yet. Quick look in the side here. God, it's sunny and there's a lot of shadows. And in the back we have Wolfie and some, not too much of a mess, but vinyl roof, nice big trunk, or boot as I would call it. We have the nice little flip up emblem where you open up the boot. Yeah, so let's jump inside and my wife really loves this sound. That sound, that real metal clunk of the door handle opening. To be honest, I never really noticed it myself until she pointed it out. Here we are inside. Got the kind of wood grain. Well, I don't know if it's real wood, it's probably just plastic. Grand Marquis. We have the Mercury logo in the middle of the wheel. Quite a simple dashboard. No rev meter, just speedometer and kilometers on the outside because we're in Canada. Miles per hour on the inside. And what I really love is one of the reasons I wanted a car like this is because I always wanted one with the gear shifter up here, and because it's up here there's nothing down here, and because of that, that's how you can have these bench seats, right? It's just open. In fact, this is technically a 6th seat right here, and this is the backing for it, so there's even a belt for a 6th person, so you can get 3 in the back and 3 in the front. Really comfortable seats with the old school metal buckles. But yeah, the condition of the seats themselves is just fantastic. There's carpet everywhere, even on the doors. There's carpet there. A soft plush. And these old school door handles. Even though the car is 34 years old, it has power mirrors. And I replaced the old, actually no, I didn't replace the old rear view mirror. The rear view mirror's still under here. This is a clip-on panoramic mirror that I got, which has a bit of a convex thing going on. Your eyes need to adjust a wee bit to it, but I quite like it. So far it's good. Simple dashboard. It has a little basic computer here. I'll put the key in and see if One of the things about these old cars is they always come with two keys. This one is the ignition key, and this, wait, did I get that the right way around? Yep. This is the ignition key, and this is the door key, or the boot key, or the trunk key. So anyway, put that in there. We have the computer here. Fuel economy is currently sitting at 13.8 litres per 100 kilometres, which is obviously quite high, but for a car this size it's probably about right, to be honest. In fact, this is mostly me driving locally. Once I get out onto the highway and start going on longer trips, I'm hoping that number comes down a little bit. The lowest I've seen it was 11.5, which for an old car with a 5 litre engine I think is not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, it's not going to be a daily driver after all. It's meant to be just for fun. Unfortunately, this doesn't work. This is, you can hear it trying, but this is the power antenna for the radio, which I'm going to have a look at, but I think it's detached from it right now. The motor does try to raise and lower it, but it doesn't work, but I'm not too fussed about that. We have central locking. It's old school, kind of everything's chrome. Lock and unlock. We have an auto lamp here. So if I put it here like this, it has a delay, which means the lights come on automatically based upon what it reads from this photo cell inside the dashboard. And I've got a broken bit of the dashboard there and over there from the speakers, which I'm going to just cover that up with something. This car even came with the original manual, 1989 Grand Marquis, and a little pamphlet. Congratulations, you now have peace of mind. Rest assured, Ford maintains the quality car you now own is backed by the best quality care in America. They didn't tailor it to Canada, this one. And there is one of the accessories I could get. Well, I don't think I can get it now, but it's pretty cool. Now this is an American car, of course, so it makes sense that it has references to America. However, I recently discovered that not only this car, but all Grand Marquis were built in Canada. So here we have the little sticker, manufactured by Ford Motor Company of Canada. And I noticed when I was looking at some of the American ones online that they all have that same sticker, so it seems that every Grand Marquis that was made was actually built at Ford's plant in Canada. Now, I love these. These are often called either coach lights or opera lights. I don't know for sure what exactly the right term is, but opera light seems to be the one that you search for on Google if you want to get replacement parts or bulbs and stuff like that. We probably won't see much, but if I turn the lights on, yeah, you can see a little bit of a glow in there, but at night time it looks awesome. Now that I've got the lights on, I'm going to give you an idea of what the new LED headlights look like. There we go. And I've angled them down quite a bit so that I don't go blinding other drivers. This is the vinyl roof. So this is how it originally looked. you'll see there's a slight shade difference between these two parts. This is the original vinyl roof. This is the painted part. I painted it because there were a lot of cracks and tears in the fabric. Now the best way to fix this would be to replace the whole thing, but I'm not going to do that just yet. I may do that maybe next year or the year after if I've still got the car. In the meantime, I decided to just paint it. And so I went and got a paint match, which is close, you know, it's not perfect. But from a distance, you can't really tell. I've got some new decals coming, which I'm going to be putting here. It's going to be a nice big symbol here. And heated rear view, heated rear window. This is the part that I had to sacrifice and cut out to do the paint matching. On close inspection it doesn't look so good, but again, from a distance, who cares? It's fine. The important thing is the car works and it's comfortable. The car is, it was actually, even though it's a 1989, it was actually built in October of 1988 when I was 10 years old. So hence it's about 34 years old and pretty damn good for that age. Now I'm going to open up the boot or the trunk. There's one last thing that I have to get done to this car, and that is the new exhaust, which is all sitting here ready to go. I would love to do it myself to save some money, but even though I can weld it on myself, I cannot get the car high enough to do it, and I don't have a hoist, obviously. So and it's a big heavy car, so I am going to just get the professionals to do this one so I don't have to worry about it. But hopefully any future work on that I can take care of myself. One thing I like and I really appreciate is after the 70s, the design of cars in North America, I guess, that had those cool fins at the beginning, usually at the back, but often at the front. The fins disappeared, but not entirely. As you can see, there's still just a hint, more than a hint, of a fin left over on the styling of this vehicle, which I still think is pretty cool. There's the Mercury logo there. This is actually kind of like a little spring mounted thing. I guess if I turned it that way I'd get more aerodynamic, but you know, whatever. It's the other fin. And I just love the straight, square longness of it all. Like the absurdly long bonnet or hood. The actual cabin of the vehicle itself, like the main part, is, you know, it's actually not that big at all. In fact, I would say that my other car has better legroom in the rear, for sure. But it's fun. People often come up to me and say, oh my god, my granddad used to have one of these, or my parents used to have one of these cars, and I always missed it. They're so comfortable, and you know, stuff like that. So yeah, so that's basically it for now. Maybe I should open up the trunk and just give you a quick look for any of the gearheads out there that might be interested in having a wee look. Although, plush, look at this plush fabric. It is just like driving a couch. Oops. Carpet everywhere. Let's pop open the hood. Have a look at this beast of an engine. I love that it just goes up and stays up by itself. One thing I noticed early on when I got this car was, oh my god, the engine's a mess. But it's only a mess because everything's out and available. Modern engines look very tidy, but you want to change something on a modern engine, good luck. But in the time that I've been working on this car, I've started to be able to identify things. Obviously there's the battery. This is the air conditioning unit here. I believe this is the blend door. This will be the alternator, which is new. I have brand new ignition coil here, TFI coil, which I installed, which sends electrical power into the distribution cap, which then splits out into the spark plugs. Spark plugs are new as well. I replaced all of those, which made a massive difference. Also replaced the map sensor here, which is manifold absolute pressure sensor. And I also refilled and tried to seal with some special stuff the transmission fluid, which so far seems to have worked. There's no more. There was a little leak and it seems to have gone for now, so that's good. I've taken this thing off a few times. This would just be the air input into the air filter, which goes into the throttle body here. This is a throttle position sensor which I replaced, and I also took off and cleaned the exhaust gas reticulation valve, and I put a new gasket on it, which looks a bit messy, but who cares. I also replaced the power brake booster, which is this thing here, and let me tell you, if you get a quota in life for swear words, how many swear words you're allowed, I think I used them all up replacing this. It looks like it's pretty accessible, and actually it is, but oh my god, in order to replace that thing you have to not only work here, but you have to get your whole body down, contorted under here. And even though it seems fairly open, let me tell you, if you're even a little bit claustrophobic, it is really hard work. This is a vacuum line. Up until a few weeks ago I didn't even know what a vacuum line was. Now I know that the engine produces vacuum power, which powers a lot of the other stuff, including the brake booster, which allows the brakes to be used easier by your feet. Without that, your brakes would still work, but you'd have to put a lot of pressure on it. So yes, that was fun. When I bought it, the guy before me put in a new power steering line, and he put in the alternator. So, but yeah, let's hope that many happy years of motoring await this car. And quick note, let me just shut this hood. Quick note is the guy I bought this from, this was his daily driver, if you could believe. Used it every single day to go back and forth to work. And of course he sold it because it was costing too much. I don't use it as a daily driver, so even though I've gone and bought 5 litre old gas guzzling car, because it's no longer being driven daily, I'm helping to save the planet, so that's a win-win. So I hope you enjoyed that little phone lo-fi tour of the car, the 1989 Mercury Grand Marquis. I also want to give a special shout out to one of my viewers, Ken, who very kindly, when I posted about this car several weeks ago, offered to help me fix and upgrade many of the things on this car that needed to be done, and he was really helpful to me. So thank you, Ken, for even just as much as giving me the confidence to let me do a lot of this stuff myself. So anyway, I hope you guys like that. Take care and talk to you soon.